I'm 45 next month, and I've worked all my life and have nothing to show for it. No savings. We rent the house. We don't own the house. Like, I just think, well, what was the point in all that work? Barely surviving. It's tough. Wreaks havoc with my mental health.
What is up, everyone? My name is Carlos, aka Cee. Welcome to the Cee Talks channel. If you are new, stop what you're doing right now. Stop. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Channel's growing. Thank you to everyone who's been watching lately. All right, so that was Cee Talks. Check him out. I'm going to be linking his video in my video description. Now, what Kirky's talking about in that video is something that I think a lot of us can relate to. He says he's turning 45 next month. He's been working all of his life and he has nothing to show for it. A lot of us are in this same position, working tons of hours, maybe working 2 or 3 jobs, 50, 60 hours every single week, and we have nothing to show for it. It's a shame that this is the way that things are. Let's go back to Kirky. He's 45 years old with no savings. That's a really tough position to be in. And he's a working man. He's not just sitting at home on a couch playing video games or watching television. He's trying to get things done, and he's working every single week, and he still has no money left over. It's insane that he's in this sort of position. Back in the day, and I've talked about the old economy compared to the new economy, you could buy homes, buy properties, and live a much more comfortable life on a regular job. It's impossible to do that right now with the way things are set up, inflation, wages, all of that. It's impossible to live comfortably on a regular job. Kirky also talks about the fact that he rents the house that he lives in. He doesn't even own it. A staple of the American middle class has always been home ownership. The average age of a first-time home buyer in 1981 was 29. In 2024, it was 38. It's taking people almost a decade more of working to be able to afford a home, afford their first home. Kirky's 45 and doesn't even own a home. This is the new world that we live in. You will own nothing and be happy. I prefer to own things. I like having assets. I don't know about you, but this new system is messed up. Kirky says, what was the point of all that work? What's the point of going every single day to work to make wages, to not be able to do anything, to not be able to own a home and just live paycheck to paycheck? You might as well not work, which is what some people do. They just milk the system and don't go to work. Because I think a lot of people are realizing that working for somebody else isn't going to get you where you want in life. And shout out to Kirky because his YouTube is blowing up. That's amazing and that's great for him. But working for somebody else doesn't work anymore. You're going to make your boss rich while you just barely survive. Nobody wants to play that dumb game anymore because we all know you don't win. One statement that Kirky made in that clip that I really resonated with was, I'm sure we're not meant to be born onto this planet just to work, work, and work. I sometimes tell you guys my story. I'm a first-generation immigrant. The first time I was really making good money was as an engineer and online entrepreneur during the pandemic, but I was working my ass off. I was making good money, but even then, I wasn't happy. I found happiness in balance, being able to work a reasonable amount of hours, but also take the time to be able to enjoy myself and do the things that I like and pursue hobbies and interests, etc., etc. But when you're just working and working and working and working and you still have nothing to show for it, you, just like Kirky says, you kind of think to yourself, what is the point of all this work? It's pointless. I think a lot of people can identify with what Kirky's saying. We weren't meant to be born and just work until we die. No, I'm of the same persuasion. I'm not going to just work until I die. I think friendships are important. Relationships are important. Community's important. Work is needed. We need to make wages and make income, but I don't think it's everything. Let's continue. One thing I want to say about working 50 to 60 hours a week is how much you make per hour is really important. I'm thankful that I'm an engineer and that I was able to secure high-paying jobs in the past. So how much you make per hour is important if you are working 50 to 60 hours a week. It's basic math. You know, if you're making $40 an hour plus, you work 50, 60 hours a week. That's good money. If you're making 15, 20 minimum wage, that's not that much money. So how do I want to end this video? We're seeing a lot of videos like this on YouTube, TikTok, people being fed up with the modern system and hoping that we see improvements, that society becomes more fair to the majority of us, because the majority of us are struggling to survive right now, and that's not fair. All right, my name is Carlos, aka Cee. Appreciate you all watching. If you liked this video, you'll also like this other video up on the screen. I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.